I am Black. I am a woman. I am curious. I am creative. I am loud. I am passionate. I am angry. And my life matters. Intersectionality is important in the theater industry because we all come from so many different places. And so as actors, as performers whose job it is to imitate life on stage, I think it's important that we respect and honor all of the different places that we come from. And so I think, especially in this time, it's so crucial to really make the effort to uplift people from all different backgrounds and different upbringings, because then we can come together and unify, and that's how we start down the road to equality, to equity in so many different facets of the industry, in terms of representation on stage, fair pay across the board, making theater more accessible to so many different people. I think it's definitely the beginning block in the wall of the new chapter that we want to start. One time that I can recall most recently was my most recent job, going on tour with the musical Bandstand. When I booked that role, I surprised myself I had so many thoughts of why did I book this role, why was I called in for it, and that simply goes back to representation on stage, because I knew that the Broadway production didn't have any people of color, or I think there was one man of color, one Black man in the production. And so I found myself wondering why I was called in for it, if I was right for it. And I guess in a way I was uncomfortable because I surprised myself by thinking I wasn't worthy to an extent of being a part of that story. And then I had to step back and think and go back into like my training, really, in the idea of putting yourself into the world of the piece, and remembering that there were 100% Black people in Cleveland in the 1940s who fought in the World War, in the Second World War, in all of the wars. We are so prevalent in the history of the country and not at all in the recollections of that history as it pertains to art. So I had to sit with myself and remember that I 100% belonged in that room, that I belonged in the audition room, the rehearsal room, and on that stage with all of those wonderful performers. And I got to represent people who look like me. Since I was younger, I have had such incredible dreams for myself, ones that in a lot of ways feel too big, and as I've gotten older, I've realized that they're not too big. They're completely accessible to me. And so I aspire to be someone who works with young people to allow them to come to that same realization. Someone who uses their art and sure is respected for it and receives accolades for it, and is recognized for my training and for the hard work that I put into being an artist and to being an actor, but also someone who uses their platform to make change, who uses their voice to change people's opinions and to spread love and unity. I mean, it's funny because it feels like it sounds so cheesy, but that is who I want to be when I get older, and as I'm maturing. I also want my future children to be able to look at me and say, and see that I'm someone who doesn't just sing and act, who uses their voice to bring about change. There's a day of hope, may I live to see, when our hearts are happy and our souls are free. Let the new day dawn. Oh Lord, I pray we'll never get to heaven till we reach that day.